What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to the Offside Shout. Make sure to go ahead and check out my socials at _diagrams on Twitter, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and get into some of the news. We'll go ahead and start off with Chelsea today because it looks like Rennes wants Chelsea to double their bid for the goalkeeper, Mendy. I think it's easy for clubs to go ahead and insist on higher prices from clubs with a lot of money, especially the bigger ones, when they know that they need him that badly. Chelsea definitely need a new goalkeeper. Chelsea's been putting out stuff into the press recently saying, hey, look, we're going to go ahead and, or we're okay, rather, with sticking with Kepa and trying to bring the best out of him. I think that's mostly a smokescreen, and I'm sure that they are going to try to go ahead and do that. There's even word that Petr Cech will join in on some of the trainings and try to get the best out of him, try to go ahead and coach him into a better position. But at the end of the day, it's common knowledge that at some point Chelsea is going to sell Kepa Arrizabalaga, and they do need a new goalkeeper. So anyways, that's just that. It's easy for them to ask for a higher price, and it's not, it's kind of the situation with, I don't want to kind of directly correlate the two, but the same thing with Sancho is Manchester United needs Sancho so bad that they can demand whatever price because they know that all these smoke screens coming out about alternatives aren't actually alternatives. They want Sancho, and that's that. Anyhow, Chelsea Evening Headline says, Reece James withdraws from international duty. Why is that? Whatever. Coronavirus injury. Someone would have to tell me. Werner, Lampard targeting City, Liverpool. Yep, they should be doing that, so they got to catch up. Those are the teams in pole position, so let's not go over that yet. Chelsea youngsters wait on loan moves, as is typical, because their business plan is 100%, raise up through the academy these young players and then go ahead and put them on loan, because even if they don't come back and join the first team, they will come back and become assets to sell on. And Chelsea typically does really good at negotiations and ends up getting 30-40 million euros at least for their players. It's a phenomenal business model. They've gone in trouble a little bit in the past for tapping young players up and stuff, but I don't think they're going to stop. With the business model, they will have to kind of relax on the way that they bring in youth players. But anyhow, Havertz completes Chelsea medical. That's good for Chelsea. We all knew that this was happening. I've said it myself. You guys have said it. Journalists, the credible journalists, have already talked about it. But they're going to get their man. I'm a little bit jealous because I still believe Sancho is on his way, but it's taking forever, and there's still no guarantee. So it's good for Chelsea to get that over the line. Timo Werner thanks agent Rudiger. Yeah, Rudiger has been helping get lots of these German players into the club, right? Pretty sure he also helped with Havertz as well, not just Werner. Kante, not a target. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Inter have never opened any talk to sign N'Golo Kante. Sporting director Pierre Asilio, I guess, confirms, we've never started anything to sign Kante from Chelsea. No chance. He's not a target. Well, that will be good for Chelsea fans. They don't want to get rid of him. And I heard someone on the Football Terrace talk about, I believe it was on that, by the way, one of the Chelsea fans was saying basically, if you want to get N'Golo Kante out of Chelsea, you're going to have to pay an extortionate amount of money. So he's not going anywhere. And clearly Inter Milan is not interested anyways. Yep. Just to go over women's game, Chelsea FC are getting harder. She was really good in the Champions League final for Wolfsburg. Yeah, that's a good purchase for sure. Be awesome to have her in your women's team if you're a Chelsea fan. Let's go check out Arsenal. Report, Bayern interested in Bellerin. PSG and Juventus are also linked. I do believe that there's been word coming out around Bellerin that PSG have officially submitted a 25 million euro bid. Not sure what you Arsenal fans think, but if you could get 25 million, 30 million for Bellerin, I think that would be good because it would help you finance Partey and Aouar. from Leon. I'm sorry I just can't pronounce that, so. But yeah, no, that'd be good if you guys can get some money in. I don't know if you guys really want to keep Bellerin around. If you guys are going to keep Maitland-Niles around, I think that either one of those two players will be sold and the other one will be kept. So, agent, Arsenal really wanted Van de Beek. Yeah, this is basically just talking about how Arsenal really wanted Van de Beek, but then couldn't stump up the change. I don't know where he would have rather gone. I think that probably Manchester United was the right move for him at this moment in time. But that being said, I mean, he's a good player, and I actually think Arsenal is exactly what he needs. I think he's joining a better team at the moment in Manchester United. But yeah, it just looks like it was a financial thing, and I do think that Arsenal needs other positions more than they needed Van de Beek. But that was just a little headline, lots of banter going out from United fans around that, but we don't do that here. So, Adelaide confirms and explains his desire to leave Lyon. He started his career at Arsenal, I believe, as a youth player. They sold him for an outrageously small amount. Can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was like pennies. And yeah, I think that they're going to try to bring him back. Not sure how people feel about that, but he's a good player. So it'd be awesome for Arsenal if they could get him back. Lille president says rumored Arsenal target Samara will undoubtedly leave the club, according to GFFN. The French side have received offer for the 21-year-old and will talk in the coming days. I don't know that much about Samara. Obviously, I don't really watch that much of the French league, so mostly just when they're in the Champions League, that's when I start paying attention to them. Unai Abba deal would be Arsenal's biggest move. Yes, holding on to a world-class striker is the most necessary thing for Arsenal this summer. I think everyone can agree with that. Prem club should make second push for 5 substitutions. Or they do make second push for 5 substitutions. I think that the big clubs might have too much power when it comes to that, because I'm not really sure that really befits all clubs. I seriously doubt that these clubs actually need 5 subs at this point. I can't think of any other reason besides injuries, and this is like they played through the end, when they came back after the lockdown, and now I don't really see any excuse for them needing 5 subs, but that seems like a political thing for the bigger teams to push on. Talk sport. I just froze. I didn't know what to reply to Gareth. Yeah, Maitland-Niles got his call up for England, so congratulations, my man. It's good. He deserved it, and he played really well in the Community Shield. He played really well in some of the bigger games, and at the very end of the season, he played very well. So, good for him. That's what I was talking about. PSG have come in with a 25 million euro offer for Arsenal's Bellerin. Might be 25 million pounds. I don't know what the conversion rate on that is, but anyhow, they came in with a good deal for Bellerin. We'll see what happens from there. Aurora News doesn't want to go to Arsenal. Ooh, ice cold. That does not look like. That's not Fabrizio Romano. Bleacher Report. Get your shit together. That's such a fake account. What? Check this shit out. 25 followers. Let's see. Let's see how that compares to what? I can't believe you fucking idiots. 1.5 million. Whatever, dude. That's outrageous. That fucking A, dude. Whatever. Alright. Let's go ahead and move on. Enough Arsenal chat. Obviously, that's just ridiculous. I mean, I caught that in literally 5 seconds, and Bleacher Report actually posted it. I hope that this isn't like an SEO thing. You know what I mean? Where they just post based off of impressions directly onto the website. I hope that they have an admin who actually, picks what they post on their website, because that's fucking outrageous otherwise. We're going to move on to Manchester United because we'll look at that later. He looks so much younger there. He did not do his hair or anything for that. Van de Beek is official, and he is officially the number 34 for Manchester United. I wanted to go ahead and just talk about his number real quick because Appy Nouri, that's his nickname, Appy. It's actually kind of a sweet story. So he's picking up the number 34 for Manchester United as a tribute to one of his best friend's little brother, also obviously Van de Beek's friend, who had a heart attack and I believe went into cardiac arrest or something and suffered brain damage at a young age while he was on the field. So it's sweet from Van de Beek to go ahead and take that shirt number, and I hope that it serves him justice, and I hope that he does well for Manchester United in that, because yeah, it's just sweet. So the 90 million Chelsea will pay for Kai Havertz could set a precedent for Manchester United's pursuit of Jadon Sancho. I think that's all set. I think it's pretty obvious what Manchester United needs to pay for Jadon Sancho. It's like 85 million, 90 million up front, and then the rest over the course of 2 years, not 4 years. So Donny van Beek has taken, Celino. Manchester United, Barca made offers for Tonali. Well, I would take Tonali any day of the week at Manchester United. He would be great in that holding role for United. So hopefully there's something in that. I'm not sure if we're still that interested, but I would definitely. He is a more technical Matic, and a little bit smaller, but more technical. And if he can match up and get used to the Prem physically, he'd be a world beater for sure. So signed Van de Beek. Man United split over moving for Upamecano. I think he's going to be too much this summer. Upamecano, just remember he got a release clause of 15 million euro after coming season. Upamecano, RB Leipzig don't want to let him or any other of their established players leave. Their position could change if they bid more than 65 million euros for him. So yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I think that teams interested are just going to have to wait for him until next summer. It's basically just what it's going to be. Just because I think that if Manchester United wants Sancho, there's no way that they can stump up 65 million euros for Upamecano without putting themselves in some serious financial, a strenuous financial situation, to say the least. So Van de Beek on his preferred playing style. I'm a midfielder that likes to come in the box, making runs, goals, assists. A lot of the time I cover a lot of distance in games. This is a thing that is a strength for me to get into the box of the opponent. Yeah, I see him playing a lot in not the Bruno role, but almost in a more tenacious role with Pogba on his side, almost in a 4-3-3. Because the way that we play right now for Manchester United, we play the 4-2-3-1 most of the time with Fernandes in that role, and he does help the press forward. He often leads the press, actually. And it's kind of interesting because I think Van de Beek can play the role that Fernandes plays. But I think that it would be better to go ahead and play Donny in the role, or kind of in a 4-3-3 alongside Pogba, maybe the one who pushes more forwards, but that would also allow us to kind of run the midfield more closely, because at the moment having two players really shielding the back four isn't that conducive to our attack. I actually think that there are games against the smaller teams where it'd be better to play Van de Beek than Bruno, even though people think that Van de Beek can cover both. I actually think that he's better covered for Bruno, for sure. I would also like to see him at some point get a chance out on the wings. I don't know how that works, though. I haven't thought about that at all, but I'm just thinking about squad depth. Let's see what happens there. Gareth Bale talks to Geraint Hughes about his Real Madrid future and would consider return to the Premier League. It's in the club's hands. They make things very difficult, to be honest. I would love to see Gareth Bale in the Premier League, just not at United unless he was on like a 1-year loan, and even then, not really. So I don't want to give our board any excuse to get in an injury-prone older player, really. Though I do rate him. It's not about that. Donny van de Beek compared to Manchester United's midfielders in the league and Europe in 2019-2020. First, chances created. First, big chances created. Second, goals. Second, assists. Yeah, he's going to be a great addition, and the best part about him is how tenacious he is and the fact that he covers a lot of ground. agent. Arsenal, yeah, we already talked about that in the Arsenal section. Tonali, Ajax's farewell. Yep, cool. Let's go ahead and check out a couple more. Let's check out Liverpool, because I think that probably Liverpool won't loan Harry Wilson. His exit will only be a sale. Yeah, I think that clubs, I was listening to, oh no, I can't remember the YouTube channel that I was listening to, but I'll post it in the description if I can find it, if I can remember. Anyhow, Harry Wilson, I think, is going to be sold, and they only want to sell him for around £20 million, which I think is too much for the clubs that are coming in for him. Also, what they said on the podcast was that it's also a challenge to go ahead and convince Wilson to go ahead and leave for another team. Obviously, playing for Liverpool, and the clubs that are coming in for him are well below the level that Liverpool's at, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm not sure what the contract situation looks like, but as far as player power goes, Wilson will not have as much say as other players would. So let's see, September 2nd, so 4 a.m. this morning for me. Liverpool are still working to get Thiago Alcantara. Bayern are now convinced they're going to receive a bid from Liverpool Football Club soon. Klopp pushing again for Thiago. Manchester United only had contacts with his agent at the moment. Nothing advanced between the clubs. So here's the deal. Rakitic has officially moved to Sevilla, and Gini is about to move to Barcelona because the move for Rakitic financed the move for Gini. Once Liverpool gets the money from Barcelona, then Liverpool will go ahead and finish up that Thiago deal. So Thiago is on his way to Liverpool for sure. No doubt about it. So good, Liverpool. You're going to get your man, and you guys have waited long enough. It's just need to let the transfer merry-go-round happen. So bring this man home. Some Tottenham fans react to the former player, so they want to bring Bale back. I don't know if you guys have the money to do that. Not that you guys wouldn't have the money, but I just think the pandemic hit at the worst fucking time for Tottenham, really. So, new stadium and all. Massively in debt. No, literally had to call off all those NFL games, boxing matches, and shit that were supposed to finance the stadium, or help finance it, rather. No fans in the stadium. I mean, outrageous. Outrageous how unlucky the timing was. I mean, devastating. Spurs ready to dump Ndombele. I think that I would be surprised if Levy and the board wanted to get rid of Ndombele, but you know Jose just picks one foreign player every fucking time he switches clubs and just nails him, just fucking ruins him. Dude, Ndombele is a phenomenal footballer. It's outrageous. Go, man, go and find a better team. He almost destroyed Pogba. And Pogba, for all the shit that people say about him, all the weaknesses he has, all the concerns that United fans have for him, Pogba is such a good player. He is a leader. He's resilient as fuck. But, you know, they want to get rid of him. Whatever. Mourinho is a star killer. He literally snuffs stars out, man. It's ridiculous. And I kind of understand why, because he wants his players to play a certain way, all that, but that's outrageous, man. Di Laurentiis, Koulibaly, and Milik on way out. So, Koulibaly is going to Manchester City. That's what that says to me. Man City will loan out 4 players. Machino, Palaversa, Herrera, and Tadic. Cool. I've literally never heard of any of them, but Manchester City should be loaning out their players because they're just not going to make it into the first team. It's too rare. So Foden being the exception. Messi and Bartomeu both hold firm. Napoli admit Koulibaly could leave. Gareth Bale talks. No, don't care. Juan Cancelo. Guardiola had a huge impact. I would agree. I'm not sure what you mean, but if it's on you. He didn't play that much, did he? So, getting ready, Leroy Sané for Germany. Hagrid, journalist, is Leo going to leave Barcelona or what? Jorge Messi, Messi's dad. I don't know. Journalist, how do you see it? Messi's dad, difficult. Journalist, difficult to say. Messi's dad, yes. All right, we're going to go ahead and leave it there. Make sure to go ahead and check out my socials at _diagrams on Twitter. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys all later. Peace.